Mm. All right, what's up, everybody? It's your good old boy JR coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. As always, it is Wednesday during this NFL season, which means we have our weekly picks to begin. And as always, joining me, Brandon. What's going on, my man?
I'm doing good, man. How about you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Just here getting ready for this new week. It's week 7, so I'm excited, man. I mean, a lot of good games, a lot of and then some ones where it was a little hard for me this week. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a little hard picking some winners this week. But that's what we're here to do. So let's get this show on the road. Starting off with some Thursday night football from the almighty Amazon Prime. We have the Saints taking on the Cardinals tomorrow. The Saints losing a tough one to Cincinnati just on Sunday, and the Cardinals getting embarrassed by the Seattle Seahawks. So, two teams desperately looking for a win to kind of keep their season afloat, just to have a chance. Brandon, who do you got? Saints or Cardinals?
I'm going Cardinals. I'm going Cardinals.
Okay.
I sound very happy and proud to say that, right? I'm going Cardinals. Yeah. Listen, I got the Cardinals. It's mainly because I don't know what the offense is going to be for the Saints. I just don't know. Chris Olave should be back, but then you still got Marshawn Lattimore out. You got Michael Thomas out. You got Jarvis Landry out. You got Andrews Pete, who's also dealing with an injury. We don't know if he's playing or he's going to be out. It's just too many damn injuries. I do think we're going to be competitive. I just don't think we're going to win like we did Sunday. It's just too many problems, too many questions. I don't freaking know. But the thing about it is, if we run the ball like we did Sunday, clearly Arizona can't stop the run for shit. So we should probably do that. But I think Arizona wins because they just got more weapons. That's it.
And don't forget also DeAndre Hopkins could be back as well. So that's kind of he is a game time decision. I mean, his suspension is done. So he could play if he wants to. It's just we'll see. We'll see. So this is kind of a tough one. This is a really tough one for me. But I actually went the Saints over the Cardinals on this one. Again, I just really do not trust that Arizona defense. There's just something about it this year where I'm not at.
Don't add more insult. Don't add more insult to injury. Do not add more insult to injury.
I'm just saying there's nothing. I'm very not disappointed, but I'm kind of like a taken aback that they're not playing up to the level that I know that they are. And I think that's a shame because I know they could be one of the better defenses in the league.
What?
But yeah, Arizona's defense, not that impressive. I'm good. Like it's all right, I guess. Like I said, it's okay, but it's not like the defense I expected to be. Like I expected it to be like, okay, this is gonna be the best defense in the NFC, type of deal, competing for that title. And they have not. So I'm gonna go Saints over Cardinals on this one, only due to the fact that you're right. They can't stop the run, and I think Alvin Kamara is gonna have an amazing game. I think this is gonna be one of his better games of the year. Obviously, no Michael Thomas, no Chris Olave. Who freaking cares? The way I see it, DeAndre's back, but the Arizona Cardinals have way more issues than just wide receiver problems. That's why I'm going Saints over Cardinals here. I think I lost him. But either way, did I lose you? Oh, I think I did. Okay, well, we'll try to get him back in here in a bit. We'll try to get him back. I think I might have lost him. But anyway, next game on the schedule, we have the Bengals taking over the taking on the Falcons. The Bengals, an impressive win, like we just mentioned, against New Orleans. That was a very fun win for them. Right back on track of going 3-3. The Falcons doing what they did.
Yeah, I understand that.
Huh. Yeah, I think we're going back and forth. But anyway, we'll try to get him back on here in a little bit. Bengals taking on the Falcons. Bengals beating New Orleans at New Orleans. The Falcons doing everything they could to beat the San Francisco 49ers. They did everything they could right. It was a good win for them, and I think it was an amazing win for the Atlanta Falcons. Kind of a to make it even for them, but now we have a moment now where who do you really trust? Do you trust the Bengals to keep consistently being okay? Or do you think the Falcons, really find a way to keep it going? I mean, they're winning, they're competitive. So while Brandon is trying to come back onto the show, I am going to start it off by saying I got the Bengals over the Falcons. And that's not due to the fact that, again, Falcons did what they had to do last week. It was an amazing win. It was competitive. It was great. My only thing is, I think the Bengals, just overall roster wise, talent wise, they are a little bit better than the Atlanta Falcons. So I will go with the Cincinnati Bengals over the Atlanta Falcons, only due to the fact that I think the defense is better. The Falcons or the Bengals just have a little bit more weaponry than the Atlanta Falcons. They're doing everything they can to be competitive offensively. I just think they're going to fall short this time. I don't expect the Atlanta Falcons to have two amazing straight defensive games in a row. So that's why I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals over the Atlanta Falcons. So that's what I'm going to go with. Like I said, Brandon's going to come back. Hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he gets this thing fixed up. Next game we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys. So we have two teams that just kind of took in a different turn, to say the least. I think we can turn. Oh, I think he's back. Brandon, what's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You were kind of frozen there for a second.
Can you hear me? Okay. You hear me?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I think I can hear you now. That's a little bit better.
You hear me? You sure you get?
Well, I mean, we can hear you, but I think what it is, I think we'll be. I think you're just frozen. Like I think that's the thing.
Oh shit.
It's okay. No worries. No worries, man. No worries. We'll try to do our best here. Now, I just got done explaining why I took the Bengals over the Falcons. So, Brandon, who do you got? Do you got the Bengals or do you got the Falcons?
I got the Bengals.
Okay.
I got the Bengals. Yeah. I think this was a hard game to pick for me personally because I think the Bengals are actually just Atlanta could do everything the Bengals defense showed they cannot do, and that's defend and run.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I mean, even then, like I said, an impressive win for what's their faces, the Atlanta Falcons, to take on the San Francisco 49ers. But I just don't think they have enough talent wise to keep up with the Cincinnati Bengals this week. That's why I went Cincinnati as well.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati.
Okay, not a problem. All right. Now moving on to the next one. I was getting into it that the Lions are about to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams were two different directions. Everybody had kind of like high hopes for Detroit that they were going to finally turn it around after a month or so. I think everybody's jumped off that train. Dallas is competing. They finally lost. They had a rough one against the Philadelphia Eagles, where the Eagles pretty much handled their business against the Dallas Cowboys for a little bit, and Dallas just almost came back, but it just wasn't enough. So two teams that are going into two different directions, and we'll see how this plays out. But Brandon, who do you got? Do you got the Lions or do you got the Cowboys?
I got Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Dallas. I think I'm not ready to jump on Detroit's bandwagon, just me personally, but I got Dallas.
Yeah, no, I've already jumped off the Detroit train after that New England fiasco, so I'm good. I'm good. I also took Dallas only due to the fact that, again, it's nothing against the Detroit Lions. It's just, you know what? I think you guys got a really young team. I think they're going to be getting better, but that's the problem. They're young. they're a very young team, and I think they just have to keep learning and all that stuff, and then we'll see how it goes for them. And Dallas is just a team that's ready to go. So I'm gonna go Dallas over Detroit on this one as well. Only, and look, it's not because Dak is back or whatever. It's just I know Detroit can score. Like I said, other than that New England game, I know Detroit can score. The problem is that they can't stop anybody, and that's pretty much where it comes down to. Don't get me wrong, Aiden Hutchinson is nice. Malcolm Rodriguez is nice. They have some key pieces, but they just don't have a whole unit yet. And they're going to have to get there before they can be taken seriously. So I'm going to go Dallas over Detroit on this one. Next up, we got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Titans are finding ways to kind of be competitive in that division, I guess. In Indianapolis, again, it's their division to lose, and they're losing it, and they're doing everything in their power to give it right back to Tennessee. So, Brandon, who do you got? Indianapolis, or do you have the Indianapolis or the Tennessee Titans?
I got Colts.
Okay.
I got the Colts. Yeah, I just trust them more. I can't say I trust them more. I trust the fact that Ryan Tannehill is going to mess up eventually. Matt Ryan is going to do something stupid, but at least the Colts will bail him out.
Defensively, I would agree with you. I think defensively the Colts have something, but I think the problem now with the Colts is I think it's too little, not too little, too late for them. I just think right now, what I see in this Indianapolis team, it's like they're good one week, they're good another week. The Tennessee Titans, they're running hot right now. They're running hot. Derrick Henry is finding his groove again, and that's a scary thing. That's why I went Tennessee over Indianapolis. I just think that, yeah, last week was good, but did you really have to make it competitive against Jacksonville like that? Like, really? Really? Like that? All right, cool, I guess. So that's why I'm going to go Tennessee over Indianapolis this week. So that's where I'm going with it. I just think that the Titans are just riding a very good momentum of finding their groove, and Derrick Henry, like I said, he looks good to go. So that's why I'm going with it. I possibly no Jonathan Taylor again this week. I'm good. Give me the Tennessee Titans on this one. Now, next game. Next game, I mean, it depends on how fast you want to talk about it. You got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Washington Commanders. Carson Wentz is out 4 to 6 weeks. So that means Taylor Heinicke is his time to shine again. The Packers, after a very tough loss to the New York Jets. So they're going to try to find a way to bounce back. Sammy Watkins is off of IR, and he is eligible to play. So we'll see how that goes. But Brandon, who do you got? Do you got Washington or do you got Green Bay?
Tyler Heinicke's era begins.
No.
The Heinicke era begins. The Heinicke era begins. The Heinicke era begins. The Heinicke era begins. The Heinicke era begins.
I mean,
I got Washington. Easy. I got Washington. Yeah, obviously.
Okay. No. No.
Don't hate the new number 4. Don't hate the new number 4.
I'm just saying, it's just, look, man, it was a good story. That was 2 years ago. Get over, it's a good story, and maybe, who knows, if this dude does revitalize Washington.
Here comes the run. Here comes
the run. I mean, we'll see. It's gonna have to be one impressive run, because I know the Packers are looking for blood after being embarrassed at home. So
they suck. They
might suck, but I mean, I think they're gonna pull out a win this week. That's why I'm going Green Bay over the Washington Commanders, only just due to the fact that, I know the Packers offensively is not looking as sharp as other years. A key piece is missing. I get that. My thing is, I think the Packers I think right now Washington is just going to go through a phase right now where they're not going to know what they're going to do. Listen, Brian Robinson's a nice piece. Antonio Gibson looks good. Jahan Dotson looks good. And Terry McLaurin is doing Terry McLaurin things. My only concern is with the play calling offensively. It's just too unbalanced for me. And for the Packers, I think they're just going to look out for blood after being embarrassed at home by the New York Jets. So that's why I'm going to go Green Bay over Washington this time.
I got Washington easily.
I mean, like I said, I think this is going to be an interesting week because we're not really sure how we feel about the team. So now this is going to be like this is going to be like a telltale all. So we'll see how it goes. Next up, okay, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Carolina Panthers. I guess. Like, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I guess. Okay. Yeah. Well, the Buccaneers, they lost last week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Panthers keep losing. They're on track right now to have the number 1 draft pick. I think the reason for that is I think I know what the Panthers want to do in this year's draft. I think I know what's going on. I'm not saying that they're tanking, but if they can get the number 1 pick, at least they have a chance to get their guy, the guy. So, Brandon, tell me why Tampa Bay is going to win this week.
I want to know who's Carolina's guy.
Well, it could be C.J. Stroud, it could be Bryce Young, it could be, a lot of these other guys. Who knows? It could be a lot of these other guys. But I'm just saying, they have their choices if they want to continue being the, all that good stuff. And Myra, what's happening? What's happening? But yeah, I got Tampa Bay only because I know what Carolina's trying to pull here. They're not fooling anybody. You're starting PJ Walker for good reasons and good reasons only. You have Baker Mayfield and you have Sam Darnold, but who gives you the better chance to actually make sure you end up with your guy coming April? PJ Walker. So go ahead, Tampa Bay. Enjoy this freebie. Go ahead, Brandon. It's all you, man.
Oh, Tampa wins. This is not even. Is this Tampa going to do what the Rams was supposed to do last week? Destroy the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, pretty much. So moving on. Oh, God, we can't even move on that fast. We got the New York Giants taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the Giants, being one of the surprises teams in the NFL at 5-1, are gonna go head to head against Jacksonville, who almost came away with the victory against the Indianapolis Colts, but almost only counts in horseshoes. See what I did there? Play on words. It's awesome. Yeah. So, Brandon, tell me why you got the Giants winning over the Jaguars.
Okay. Clearly Saquon Barkley, and that's about it. The Giants defense. The Giants defense is pretty good.
Yeah. It is good. The Giants defense is really good.
Yeah, but Saquon Barkley is. I'm waiting for when the Giants just be like, you know what, Wildcat all day, Wildcat,
every day, all day, every day.
26, just 26. We don't care nobody else. 26, just 20.
But Coach, I'm the quarterback. 26. Yeah. But Coach, I'm the quarterback. Yeah. I know.
You're not 26. You're not
26. Well, we're good. We're good. So yeah, I mean, look,
you're not 26.
The problem is I trust the Giants running game and their defense a little bit more than I trust the whole organization of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So yeah, that's why I got the Giants winning this game.
It's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful.
I'm just saying, like, give me one.
The whole you trust the Giants running game, not the Giants, just the Giants running game over the entire Jacksonville Jaguars team, organization, city.
Like the whole shebang, like the whole cake.
The whole shebang.
Everything.
The whole shebang. Just the whole.
Just why stop at that stadium? Let's just go with that. Why stop there? Let's go attack the front offices or something. I don't know.
Oh, good God. Wow. Yeah.
So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, I got the Giants. You got the Giants. I'm assuming we can move on, right?
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm not wasting my time on this game. All right, next we got the Ravens taking on the Browns. The Ravens. Bummer, man. Bummer. What are you gonna do? You lost to the Giants, who are a good team now, apparently. And the Browns,
Apparently.
keep browning it up, man. They keep browning it up. Last week or a couple weeks ago, it was a missed field goal. This time it was Bailey Zappi attack, the zipper zapper, attack. So Brandon, who do you got? Do you got the Ravens or do you got the Browns?
Oh, good God. This is the one time Lamar Jackson and Baltimore will not mess up having a lead at home. They're going to win this game. You got to win this game. There's no way in hell you should lose to Jacoby Brissett.
You think, right? You would think, but go on.
Myles Garrett is also hurt. We don't know if he's going to be playing. If he is, then oh shit, holy hell. It's going to be bad. But other than that, if he isn't playing, I got Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
The thing about Baltimore that scares me to pick them every single time is because there's been 3 separate occasions now where they've had almost to a 10 to 17 point lead in the very final minutes of the game, and they lose it. And I think it's kind of getting to an apparent now where it's something's not right with this team. Something's not right with that defense in general. But I still got the Ravens or the Browns because, the Browns just...
Browns.
The Browns. Now, I always expect Nick Chubb to have an amazing game. The only Brown I always expect to have an amazing game because even kind of recently, Amari Cooper is kind of quiet. I remember, Thursday night, it's oh my God, Amari Cooper revitalizing his career and having a game of his life. And then after that, it's kind of well, where the hell is he?
Wait, are you telling me Amari Cooper isn't a number 1 receiver?
I know. The shocker. The shocker of all people.
I can't believe this.
Yeah.
How dare they? How dare they tell Amari Cooper he's number 2 or 3?
So ready to put Amari Cooper, oh my God, he's back on the map. And now it's is he even on the map? Is my question. Is he even on the team right now?
Does he know the directions?
Is he hurt that we don't know about?
He doesn't even know the directions. What is he doing?
Where's he going? So, yeah, I'm going to go the Ravens over the Browns on this one, only due to the fact that I just have this – I think I have a good, strong feeling this week. I think the Browns will fix it. Or, I'm sorry, the Ravens will fix everything that they need to fix. And Lamar is going to be Lamar. Again, he's trying to campaign for another MVP. But there is something interesting, though, that I do agree what Marcus Spears said Tuesday morning. There has been more games now where Lamar Jackson is blowing it than he's actually trying to, control it. And I think what it is now with Lamar Jackson, if he could just control his emotions in the fourth quarter, the Ravens would be a way better team. But it's just, again, the defense is not picking up their end of the bargain. And sometimes the offense just goes. Because then you ask Lamar Jackson to do everything. The only thing he can't do is throw and catch his same throw. So it's just
we don't know if he can't.
I don't want him to try that. That's the only thing.
It's not illegal. I don't think it's illegal.
It's not. It's illegal. It's illegal.
Okay, what if the ball gets batted to him and he runs?
Then that's different.
Okay, then see, you just got to make sure
you can't just chug it up to yourself. You can't just chug it up to yourself. No, no.
What if you do a quick it's supposed to be to the running back, but he got hit and you just catch it and run yourself? It's not like it's a travel or anything. It's just he caught the ball. What can you say?
No. Anyway, I'm gonna go Ravens over Browns on this one. I'm just gonna. I'm assuming that.
Listen, Lamar. You got Deshaun Jackson now. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean, but you got Deshaun Jackson now. He was like, "Give me Odell Beckham," and you got Deshaun Jackson. I don't know what the hell type of organization.
I can already see it hey, coach, can I have an Odell Beckham Jr.? You have an Odell Beckham Jr. at home. It's Deshaun Jackson.
It's what? I said no. Yeah, listen. I think it's just the Patrick Mahomes effect. 4 quarters just not good for certain quarterbacks. And just you do too much so much, and it's kind of like you're so used to now doing everything, you kind of forget you still have a team.
And I think that's the hard part. But I think Baltimore figures it out this week. I think they do.
Of course they do.
So, next up, this is going to be fun. Speaking of a New York team that's doing really good, the New York Jets are going to take on the Denver Broncos. Now, the Denver Broncos had a chance to tie the game, not win it, tie it, because there was no way in hell they were going to win that game. No way in hell.
Well, they could have won.
No. Let's just call it for what it is. It was going to be a tie. Had they not muffed the punt, they would have ran out the clock, and then, Chargers would have charged it up again or something like that. I don't know. And it would have been a tie, and then we would have been begging the NFL to stop putting the Denver Broncos on prime time. Luckily, nobody gets to see the Denver Broncos this week, so thank God.
I think you need to start a petition. I think you will have every signature in the world that watches that Monday.
I think I'm sure I would have a few Denver Bronco fans that say, "Please stop putting us on prime time." But anyway, you got the New York Jets, who
Bronco country. Let's ride. Bronco country. Let's ride.
No, we're not.
No.
What's the right? A beat up old Coupe de Ville? Like, what? Like, does it still have the fuzzy dice in the mirrors that it's all rotted, corroded? Like, what are we looking at here? What kind of ride are we talking about? Because this has not been. Now, here's the thing: you paid Russell Wilson all that money to improve your offense, and you are the worst offense. And we're talking about everything: yards, points. Time of possession. Like, dude, it is bad. The Bronco fans are hurting right now.
That'd be fun.
Like, dude, let Russ cook. I wouldn't even let that dude touch my appetizers. Are you kidding? Kidding me right now? Hell no.
You can't even make me sushi. This shit, I'm good. You can't even make me sushi. I'm good.
I wouldn't even let him touch him. I wouldn't even let him place my freaking order right now at a restaurant. That's how bad it is right now. Okay. But they're taking on the Jets, and the Jets have been kind of, I wouldn't say lucky. Last week was kind of like a statement win for them,
I wouldn't say lucky, but you're about to say lucky.
I wouldn't say lucky.
I wouldn't say lucky, but lucky.
I wouldn't say lucky. Last week was a big statement win for them.
See why?
But they're figuring it out.
See why I like to do this? I wouldn't say lucky, but they've been lucky as shit the last couple of weeks.
Last week was a statement win for them to beat the Green Bay Packers. Okay, it was a great win for them. I'm very proud. My sister is very happy right now because her Jets are doing so amazing, and it's so awesome. So, Brandon, who do you got? Do you got the Broncos or do you have the Jets?
I have the Broncos defense. That's the best thing I can do. I got the Broncos defense. I got the Broncos defense. As long as Russell Wilson doesn't touch the ball, the Broncos are going to win the game.
No, I don't think I want anybody touching the ball. I don't want Melvin Gordon touching that ball.
Oh, God,
I don't want Russell Wilson touching that thing.
If they could just get rid of the offense and let the kicker and the defense handle the rest of they would win all of these games. It's so easy to win them. It's so easy to win them. I think this might be the game though we see Zach Wilson actually have to throw the ball.
And that's a dangerous thing because that Denver Bronco defense is one of the better defenses. I'm
pretty sure Patrick Surtain is like, please throw it my way so I can pick it off and run it back for at least 2 touchdowns. Please just throw it my way. I know the Jets right now are prepping like, so when you see number 2 on the opposite side, you do not throw that way. like you don't go that way.
I'm pretty sure that's the game plan. I'm pretty sure Robert Saleh went to Zach Wilson and say, hey, wherever number 2 is at, fuck that guy. You move.
You have so many other options. Don't do it. But yeah, I got Denver. I, by the way, said the Jets were going to be in the playoffs this year. I am not. I said the Jets were going to be in the playoffs and said they're going to be the last wild card team. I'm looking pretty damn good with that. Listen. Don't bust my bubble. Do not do that right now. You already killed my Detroit dreams. Don't bust my bubble with this Jets. I'm seeing it. It's coming soon. Zach Wilson just don't need to be Zach Wilson. That's all.
Oh, Emily would be so happy to hear you right now. By the way, the people that don't know, Emily is my sister that lives in New York. Okay. And yeah, she would be so happy right now to hear you say all that. Like, please get us into the playoffs.
I want to just say this, though. This is definitely going to be the best cornerback battle I've ever seen in my life. Patrick Surtain on one side and Sauce going on the other. That's going to be a hell of a cornerback battle.
Is it too early to put? Is it too early to put Sauce Gardner for Defensive Rookie of the Year consideration?
It's clearly his. I don't think anybody else got a chance in hell.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, then yeah, I don't think nobody. And that's including everybody else. That's including Aiden Hutchinson's. That's including Devin Lloyd, who's having a great start to his career up in Jacksonville. It sucks that it's in Jacksonville and nobody knows about it, but he's having a great career. He's having a great start. Kayvon Thibodeau, with that great fumble that ended the game. He's having a good, start. But the thing is, Sauce Gardner is what he was supposed to be. He's
Sauce Gardner is literally covering the number one receiver for every team. I'm sorry.
That is way more.
That is way more impressive. It is way more impressive.
Okay, so way more. Yep, yeah, I get it. That's way more impressive. Absolutely. And listen, if Sauce Gardner wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, it's because he freaking deserved it. That's why.
I know Houston is pissed.
You think?
I know Houston is pissed. like he was right there. Just looking at each other.
No, here's the thing. Like, you would think, like, okay, going back to the draft, okay, this is what I remember. Clearly, this is what I remember. When Trayvon Walker got selected, number one, put it this way, he barely made it into the stage, and the thing already said Detroit's pick is in. And I'm like, they're not even going to give this homie his, 5 minutes of fame of, being the number one. Or they're like, Detroit's like, nah, fuck you. I know who I want. The second Aiden Hutchinson got picked up, man, I was thinking, okay, well, somebody's going to have to go now. Like, I'm thinking offensive lineman. I'm thinking, all right, well, let's see what the Texans do here. After the 3-minute mark, I started getting worried because I'm like, they're overthinking this, aren't they? Yes, they are. That's the Houston Texans way. They're overthinking it. Sure enough, when I tell you the moans and the oh my god in the back, from the back, because the Houston Texans selected Derek Stingley, everybody was like, wow. Hey, I was shocked. So again, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm actually gonna go with the New York Jets here. Yeah, listen, the Denver Broncos defense is amazing. It is great. It is one of the better defensive units that you could ever ask for in the NFL. To only give up 19 points to a Los Angeles Charger team is amazing. The problem is their offense keeps going 3 and out, and they get tired like any other defense. And that's what happened on Monday night too. And here's the thing. As good as that pass defense is, they've actually kind of been struggling in these last few weeks in stopping the run. Now, I'm not saying that the Jets have the most scariest running back tandem in the NFL, but it's better than whatever the Denver Broncos have. Melvin Gordon fumbles the ball. Mike Boone is just there for, he's just there to be there. Latavius Murray, I mean, I know we drafted him, but I was like, damn, bro, you're still in the league? Like, dude, when we drafted him, it was in 2013, and I'm like, damn, bro, you're still in the league? Holy crap! I'm so happy for you.
I know he's still in the league because he ran over the Minnesota Vikings for us in London. He just demolished them, just absolutely demolished them.
Yeah, and that was my thing. I'm like, dude, I haven't heard from you since. Like, where have you been? Like, well, I mean, it's good to see that he's alive. Like that's the thing. I'm happy that he's alive and that he's still getting a paycheck from the NFL because good for him. Yeah, I'm gonna go the Jets over the Broncos though because it's. Good for him. No, it's good for him. Hey, you know what? You got to make a living somehow. So, hey, good for him. Yeah, I'm going to go the Jets over the Broncos. Like I said, I expect this to be a very low-scoring game, but the problem is the New York Jets defense is actually starting to wake up a little bit, and that's a scary thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary thing. And I think overall right now, I think what's going to happen is, especially with the injury to Russell Wilson right now, because we don't know what's up with him, but he's hurt. He's struggling out there. And he's going to continue to struggle. And the Broncos offensive line, I don't think they're ready for a package for Robert Saleh. So that's why I'm going to go the New York Jets over the Denver Broncos.
I got Denver's defense. Like I said, I got Denver's defense and kicker. Outside of that, if they let this ball go to Russell Wilson's hands, you're gonna probably lose. If it stays in a defense's position, you're probably gonna win. I'm pretty sure of it.
Well, that's where we're gonna have to see. So next up, hey, speaking of those Houston Texans, they're the next game up. The Houston Texans are traveling here to my city to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. So both of them coming off a bye. They didn't play last week. So we knew Houston was going to be probably eyeing for a very top pick this year. A lot of people had the Raiders being more competitive than what they really were. And it's sort of disappointing to see where the Raiders are at right now. It's unfortunate, but hey, it happens. I can live with it because I've been living with it for 20 years. Who knew? But Brandon, who do you got? Do you got the Houston Texans or do you have the Las Vegas Raiders?
Oh my God! If the Raiders don't win this game, oh my!
I am going to be there. I'm going to be there live. If they don't win that game, I am throwing every beer cup I find into that field.
Oh,
as they're walking back into the tunnel.
Oh my God! If the Raiders don't win this game, oh my God! What the hell? They clearly still have something to play for. Houston, I don't know why you're playing this hard when you clearly know we're tanking. Like, let's just get this out there. You're tanking.
And I love how Lovie Smith is trying his very best to scout us. And today he said something about one of our corners, Nate Hobbs, where he's like, I was in his living room when I recruited him. And it's going to be such an amazing thing to see when we play him on Sunday. The problem is, Lovie Smith, is that we put him on IR like 3 days ago, bro.
Damn.
That should tell you everything you need to know about the preparation for the Houston Texans. Damn. Right there.
Maybe he was trying to psych you guys. Maybe he was trying to psych you guys out. How dare you think I don't know no better?
From a guy who's on IR 3 days ago. All right, Lovey. All right, Houston. Way to psych us out. Anyway.
Yeah, I got Josh Jacobs going for like 100. I got Josh Jacobs going for like 100 yards. Devontae Adams, he's pissed off that he had to pay money for some bullshit. Yeah, he's going to go crazy. This is going to be a really bad game. This is going to be a really bad game for Houston.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. You would think I would go with the Raiders, wouldn't you? You would think so because, no, of course I'm going to go with the fucking Raiders.
Like, I'm about to say David Mills. Really? You about to say David Mills?
Like,
David Mills to the rescue? Are we really going to do this?
David Mills to the rescue, man.
David Mills to the rescue?
Like, it, man. Okay, no, I got the Raiders in this one only because, look, I'm not saying that, they're better than Houston, but come on. We know where Houston's heading. We know this. They're heading back to another top 5 pick. Like, that's the route that they want to go. Maybe two. Now, should they beat the Raiders? Then, hey, they screwed themselves out of it. So I do not think that they want that. So, again, there's just a lot of things going on in Houston right now that I just think that they kind of want that. Again, they're competing with the Panthers to try to get the number 1 pick because, hey, there's a couple good quarterbacks coming out in this draft class, and I think you might want one of them if you're a really quarterback-needy team. I'm going to go the Raiders over Houston here. Which sucks because then that puts us out of the realm for Will Anderson. But don't worry, it's a long season. We'll be right back. Now, next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, 2 teams that beat their division opponents last week. Chargers beating the Broncos on Monday Night Football, Seattle beating Arizona on Sunday afternoon. So, Brandon, I ask you, who do you have? Do you have the Los Angeles Chargers or do you have the Seattle Seahawks?
Good God, this is a hard game to pick.
Yes, it is. Trust me. I know what you think. I know how you feel because I had a very hard time picking this game too.
This was a hard game to pick. I went with the Chargers because they're at home and that's about it. That's the only reason. They're at home.
That's pretty much it too. Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, it's a little tough. Like this game was a little tough for me because and that's the thing about Seattle. They look good one week, and then the next week they look like, and then it's like, oh my God, they're too inconsistent. The Chargers. Now, I will say this though, I didn't get to see Dak. I got to see Dak Prescott on the sideline, but he was not active. So I did, however, get to see what $82 million looks like on the sidelines. And that was in the form of JC Jackson. They benched that dude so freaking fast, man. I'm like, wow. Wow, that sucks. That sucks. So I got to see what $82 million looks like on the sideline in the form of JC Jackson in a Charger uniform, which brings a bunch of tears to my eyes. Not because of sadness. Not sadness. Don't get it twisted. But I'm still going to go Chargers over this one only because of that one reason alone. They have the home field advantage. Well, okay, they're playing at home, so they don't have to travel. I won't say home field advantage, but I will say they're playing at home, so they won't have to do the traveling. Now, I will say this, though. If Seattle finds a way to win this one, oh boy, the NFC West just got a whole lot scarier. So, and remember, the Chargers are playing for something, too. They're trying to keep up with Kansas City. They're trying to keep up with Kansas City for that division, and it's not going to be easy. So every game counts for the Chargers. I expect this game to be very competitive, and I think it will be.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Next one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good God. It's like saying Justin Herbert or Geno Smith. It's literally like Justin Herbert or Geno Smith. It's like, God damn it. I don't even know now. It's just like, God damn it.
It's a hard decision.
That's a bad one.
It's a hard pick, folks. Like
if Justin Herbert was healthy, it's different.
It's just like, I mean, like I said, those rib cages must be really affecting him really bad. Like, it's just really rough right now to watch him throw because I know he's in pain. I know this. He has to be. But it's just he's toughing it out, and I wish him the best. It's just, oh, my God. We'll see how this goes. I expect it to be a very competitive game, and, we'll see how it goes. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers, two teams that lost their games last week. Kansas City losing to Buffalo in a very, very impressive matchup. And the 49ers just got a shocked upset by the Atlanta Falcons. It was a very weird thing to see. Right from the get-go, the Atlanta Falcons pounced, and they never looked back. Not once did they ever look back. So, Brandon, I ask you, who do you got? Do you got the this is a Super Bowl rematch. All right, Super Bowl rematch in hand. They both look different. Both teams look different, but hey, it is what it is. So, Brandon, who do you got? Do you have the Kansas City Chiefs or the San Francisco 49ers?
Okay, God. Okay. Same thing with the Chargers. San Francisco. They're at home.
Wow.
I know people are going to be like, wait, you're not going to choose Patrick Mahomes? No, I'm not choosing Patrick Mahomes. The difference between Kansas City this year and Kansas City all the other years is the same damn thing. There's nothing different. They can't run the freaking football. I don't know what the hell is going on. They can't run the ball. I don't know what's going on. Listen, this isn't Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce type of receivers. You got Travis Kelce, and that's about it. I don't trust Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't trust McCole Hardman. You're lucky you kept Buffalo from scoring 24 points. I saw somebody today on TV talking about how he was impressed that the Kansas City Chiefs defense held the Buffalo Bills to 24 points. They still lost the damn game at home. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude. That was stupid. It was very dumb of him to say these things on national television to say, I was pretty impressed. I think if they were playing Buffalo right now, Kansas City could still win that game. You're dumb. I don't know why you get paid that much money to say some stupid shit like that, but that was very stupid from you. But anyway, I think San Francisco wins this game. Nick Bosa is possibly going to be back. If that's true, this is going to be a really bad game for the O-line again. This is really not a good matchup for the Kansas City offensive line. They can't run the ball. Patrick Mahomes is pretty much going to be running for the rest of his life because this is going to be a really bad game. Deebo Samuel, I expect to have a massive game, by the way. So if you got Deebo Samuel, plug him because he's going to do some damage to Kansas City.
All right. So this game's kind of intriguing. It was very intriguing to me, and I went back and forth about it too. I mean, listen, all the points you just said, I thought about it in my head too. Kansas City's Chiefs defense, all right, kudos to them. They held Buffalo to 24. Still lost. They have no run game at all. Travis Kelce is the only reliable receiver that Patrick Mahomes trusts. Everybody else were just lucky. I mean, Marcus Scantling, me and him did the exact same thing, and I didn't even suit up on Sunday. Me and him had the same amount of fantasy points, and I didn't even suit up on Sunday. So I can understand why there's a little kind of doubt that, maybe they can handle. And like you said, the offensive line for Kansas City, if Max Crosby and if Gregory Rousseau can do that to you, imagine a Nick Bosa healthy. What can he do to you? But even with all that, I'm still going to go Kansas City over the San Francisco 49ers. I'm still going to go Kansas City. The problem is, we've talked about this on Tuesday. Jimmy G did not change that offense one bit. There's no, how do I say that? Faith in me to believe that Jimmy G can turn this thing around with that offense. Now, if the running game gets going, maybe. But other than that, that's about it. I just think right now what it comes down to, Andy Reid's probably the better decision maker. Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback. That's really what it comes down to for me, is that quarterback head coach duo combo. And I'm going to take Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes before I ever take Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy G. So give me the Kansas City.
I do not disagree with that. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, like I said Tuesday, he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You do not know what the hell you're going to get from week to week with this guy. But I do believe that if Trent Williams is actually healthy and he does also play, that's a different conversation too. But
I can't base it on health. I can't base that on health.
Very true. Very true. But that's a massive.
Now, does he, if he comes back, is that a massive help for the San Francisco 49ers? Oh, 100%. But it's just I can't base it on health. That's the thing.
Listen, I don't trust Kansas City's. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes looks good for the first couple of quarters. And then the fourth quarter, just like Lamar Jackson. He did so much. It's kind of like now he just needs somebody to step up for him, and nobody does it. Like,
yeah, that throw was on him last Sunday.
Oh, definitely.
That was on him. That was just a bad read, and he should have seen that safety ready to pick him up.
Yeah, and I get that Von Miller was kind of breathing down your neck, but again, it goes to your offensive line. They can't protect you.
So, I mean, like I said, if Max can do that, and homeboy Gregory Rousseau can do that to you, it just doesn't improve. It just doesn't help the case that Kansas City still needs offensive line help. That's all I'm saying. But I'm still going to go Kansas City over the 49ers. So we'll see. Now, next up, we have Sunday Night Football. A very, very weird game. Very weird game. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Tua's back. Tua's going to play. After missing 2 weeks of action, I guess if you want to call it that, because he did miss action.
For good reason.
Obvious reason.
For good reason.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers, well, they upsetted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it was thanks and largely to Mitchell Trubisky and Chase Claypool. Yeah. So, Brandon, I ask you, do you think the Miami Dolphins go back to what they were doing with Tua under the helm, or does Pittsburgh find a way to go 2 in a row?
They got exposed. That defense got exposed, and I think that's hard to fix. Pittsburgh wins this game. The defense got exposed. It's hard to get back to that. Listen, Tua's going to come out, and he's going to do his thing. But for the first time since T.J. Watt been out, Pittsburgh defense finally woke the hell up. And now maybe it was the competition. You want to play your best against Tom Brady. So I get that. But at the same time, that woke them up. I don't know what it was, but they finally called. I said it last week. I said Pittsburgh's going to win that game because I said Mike Tomlin, you don't want to embarrass Mike Tomlin and think you're just going to get away with it twice. Like, that don't happen. I think they woke up. And I think now if Mitchell Trubisky is the starter for this Sunday, I don't know if it's Kenny Pickett. I don't know if he passed concussion protocol or not. I think it might be Mitchell. I think they know now how to get Mitchell, what they need out of Mitchell without jeopardizing the team. Whereas for Tua, you've been out for 2 weeks. This is the NFL. This game moves very damn fast. I don't know how.
And without you, it moves even faster.
and I don't know how much prep you really have had. I know you've been back this week in practice, but you still had a concussion, man. That's not something you just shake the hell off in 2 weeks. Especially how hard you hit your head in Cincinnati. That's not some shit you just wake up and just walk off in 2 weeks.
No,
that's something that I think that's very dangerous, and people continue to say, well, he's now back, he's good. Until I see him take a hit, I don't trust him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the same boat as you. I got Pittsburgh too. Look, I get it. Tua's back, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be awesome. But my only problem with this is that Tua's back is that, one, he's been gone for 2 weeks. There's some rust there. His team is not in the best shape of health. And like you said, that Miami defense got exposed last week against Kirk Cousins and Minnesota. Like, dude, really? I know times are tough, but damn. Damn. But like I said, I got Pittsburgh over Miami only due to the fact that I think the best move would be for Mitchell Trubisky to start, only due to the fact you don't know because you don't want your own problems.
Yeah.
You don't want your own problems of this league being under the microscope of you now, like, oh, well, how are you handling Kenny Pickett's situation, and that's very tough. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh over Miami on this one, only just due to the fact that, one, I just trust Mike Tomlin a little bit more than I trust Mike McDaniel. That's all I'm saying. So,
wait a minute. You trust a guy that always has a winning record over somebody we don't even know if he could freaking coach his way out of a paper bag yet? That's shocking.
I'm just saying, I think he's about to be in a rude awakening, because if he thought Kevin O'Connell was tough, wait till you get a pro like Mike Tomlin staring down at you the other side of the field. So that's going to be tough. And lastly,
by the way, Miami's O-line never got fixed. That O-line is still struggling. Teron Armstrong, like I said, would be injured, and he's hurt. He's out. That O-line didn't get fixed, ladies and gentlemen. So I think Tua's going to be in a rude freaking awakening.
I kind of think so too. And sorry about that. Next up, it's the Monday night game.
God. I'm closing my book. This is I'm closing my book. This is go on.
It's the Chicago Bears taking on the New England Patriots. Do I have to say anything else? Like, do I really have to say anything else? What else do I have to say? Give me the Patriots. There, I'm done. I'm done for the week.
How many touchdowns do you think New England's defense is going to get? That's more impressive. That's more into what I really think. How many touchdowns do you think New England's defense? If they got like 3 against Detroit, how many you think they're going to get against? Like, at least Detroit
I'm gonna say an even 2. I don't think they're gonna go that. I don't think they're gonna go that hard, but I do give them an even 2. Okay. And you know what? There's a video going around right now for the New England Patriots where there's a rookie that, he caught the muff punt or whatever, or he, caused the turnover on special teams, and he tried to give the ball to Bill Belichick. I hope that didn't fuck up his psyche for the rest of the year, because it's like, oh my God, coach don't even want the ball. So it was just funny to me. But no, I mean, look, it's the Bears. There it is. They're putting people on the trading block as we speak. Nobody really knows who's anybody anymore. Yeah, give me the Patriots over the Bears. There it is. Those are my picks for the week.
I got the Patriots with 2 defensive touchdowns and a block punt for a touchdown.
God. So if fantasy owners, if you have the Patriots defense, now's the time to put them.
This is the best game you've ever going to see. This Matt Judon is going to be in the bag for every time Justin Fields looks up. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, man.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be bad. And they're in New England, of all places to be. You're in New England. The NFL schedule makers did Chicago no favors. They really didn't.
Yeah, they gave them a crappy Thursday night. And how do they make it up for them? Oh, you're going to play New England on a Monday Night Football in New England. Oh, thanks.
With New England's defense now just rolling through any and everybody. That's beautiful. Listen, like I said yesterday, Bill Belichick is one of the greatest defensive minds ever. I don't care what nobody say. That dude's going to always figure out a way to get that defense and that team to win games. That's just the way it goes. And let's
Yep.
be real, if COVID didn't happen in 2020, he probably would have got them in the playoffs with Cam Newton. They were 6-10. It wasn't like they weren't going to make it at all. So I think that this being that the way that this is man, I wish Justin Fields would find a better team. Good God. Justin Fields is getting dragged through the mud, and he has no goddamn body to throw the ball to. He has no team.
Looked bad. He got hurt and he got trashed on Thursday Night Football, and it was just like, yep, we're good. We're good. We're good. I think I've never seen 5 turnstiles work so well together on that offensive line for Chicago. It seemed like every time he snapped the ball, somebody was already in his face. It was like 5 turnstiles just going in row, so it is what it is. So, but that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
This is gonna be it's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
it's gonna be bad.
I agree.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, because I cannot wait to see the Chicago Bears 5 turnstiles try to stop Matthew Judon and company. Oh God. So we'll see. We'll see. But other than that, folks, that is our picks for this week. So I want to thank everybody that did tune in, whether it was here on YouTube Live or Instagram Live. I do want to thank you. Brandon, as always, it is so awesome to see you, my man. Those are week 7 picks. You guys let us know what you think. What games are you looking forward to this week? So everybody that is going to tune in later, thank you so much. Until then, we will see you next Wednesday for week 8. And I can't believe we're already halfway there. Until then, Brandon, you have a good night, man. We will see you all next week. Peace.